been climbing for 17 years, but I've done very little bouldering on wooden holds, and I find it so different and so much harder than plastic because I think I've become a climber who really makes the most use out of friction as possible. I climb really passively. I really hang on my skin a lot, and you just can't get away with that on the wooden holds. And so I've been reminding myself, like, while I feel like I have pretty good training capacity in general, this is a brand new thing for me, and I'm still new at it. And when I climb on the wooden holds on the tension board, I feel like I'm like max hanging for 2 hours. And so I think the active gripping that you have to climb in a stable body position on wood is just new to me. It's just different, and it's maybe going to take a lot of time to adapt and like get that training capacity back. So
yeah, well, even that, I think that what you've just said there is a potential answer to your previous question, where you're doing something new, you're finding that you're having to use a lot of power just to keep up to your expectations, and so that might be just a lot of training load in itself, and possibly a lot of hangboarding on top of that is maybe overkill. You don't need to do so much of either. And it also makes me think, I have the same thing on my board. I've got plastic holds, I climb a lot on rock, but I also do a lot of bouldering on wood as well. And I didn't until recently, but I know exactly what you mean. It's very much active tension, pinching to maintain tension on the hold, and it's very unforgiving of lack of power. So it's hard, and I'm quite sensitive when I do my own bouldering sessions on wood to my power level starting to go off. So I can manage a reasonable amount of bouldering, I suppose, because I've done a lot of training, but when it starts to go downhill, then I'll move on to the next part of the training session quite readily. And I'm really willing to vary that. So I don't follow a prescribed training program. But if I have a bouldering session and I feel like, well, the last session I did 2 hours and felt really good, and then my power started to go down. But tonight I've only done 1 hour and I'm starting to feel my power go down. I don't sort of go, oh, why is that happening? I'll try and push through to 2 hours. I'll just say, well, the fact is I don't have the power. I must be more fatigued or weaker or not quite recovered. I'll just move on, and I don't give that a second thought.